what's good, everybody? Welcome. Happy Gur Mondays. If you're here in a podcast, hashtag Gur Mondays. Um, yeah, we are back. We are back with a live and figure just chit chat for a little bit before my kiddos come home. They'll be home from school in about an hour or so. So, how you doing? Feel free to say what's up when you come in, say hi and whatnot. Um, Today's it's a day. Okay, just making sure everything is good on the live stream end. The live stream. Yeah, so I'll be talking about the different devices that I have. Nice cut, appreciate it. It's a cut I had before. It's nothing new. Like my whole family seen me with an undercut for like so many years, and then it grows out, it grows long, and then I end up cutting it. So yeah, it's a fresh cut. Yeah. But yeah, today I'm just gonna talk a little bit about what I use, my daily driver devices, basically what I use. Right, iPhone 10s, Pixel 5, OnePlus Nord N10 5G. Actually, I've been having quite like a lot of fun using the OnePlus Nord cameras and everything. So, that's the idea of it for today. Also, talk about today. I think today's gonna be my last day with Cox Internet. Pause. I don't know. I just feel weird saying like Cox Internet and whatnot. But yeah, today's probably gonna be my last day. They're gonna cut the service later on today because I had a chat with them and I told them that for what I'm paying, I can get decent. I mean, CenturyLink doesn't work all that great here where I live at in this city. At least in some places it doesn't. But if I'm gonna have the same technical issues that I do with Cox Internet, I'd rather have that issue with CenturyLink and pay far less than what I'm paying right now. So if you guys don't know what I pay for home internet service, I pay about $170 a month. That only gives me 150 on the downlink and then 10 megabits per second on the uplink with Cox Internet. And I'm just like, it's not worth it. With CenturyLink, which is what I'm going to, that's going to give me 80 megabits per second on the down, averaging, and 20 on the uplink. And that will cost me $50 a month. So I'll be reducing my bill by $120 for internet. And yeah, I know my internet sometimes, it craps out on me. It starts to glitch. I start to freeze, all that stuff. But like I said, if I'm going to have that kind of headaches, be it with a company that I'm paying less money to for that than what I'm paying Cox for right now. So I'm going to try to power my live streams on either Los Mobile or Visible, since both of them give me unlimited hotspot. I think Visible is going to really be it though, because doing speed tests. So I'll show you guys. I have Visible on the OnePlus. It doesn't get 5G for anyone that wants to know, like how if you have Visible and the OnePlus Nord N10, you get 5G. No, you don't. It's got to be a T-Mobile or T-Mobile MVO brand that you'll get the 5G access or whatever. So, okay. So this is the speeds with Visible inside my apartment. It's not going to be the greatest. None of them are going to be the greatest on their own. But we got averaging mid-20s, about 19 to 20 on the down. About 8 or 9 on the uplink, which the uplink is what I need to live stream, and 10 would be really good. And it's kind of getting close to 10, so why not? All right, so not too bad. I'm gonna show you guys Los Mobile. It's kind of funny. Some days it's good, and some days it's not so good. Okay, so this is Los Mobile. There it goes. The downlink's never a problem. I can manage with 20 megabits per second on the down. Watching YouTube and stuff like that, it's not going to be a problem at all whatsoever. But the uplink is not that good on Los Mobile here. Some days it will actually do 10 on the up, but like yesterday and today it's been below that. Like I tried playing games on Stadia using Los Mobile as a hotspot, and it just totally crashed. So like one on the up, that's not very good. So more than likely it's going to be Visible that I connect to. I could use Boost Mobile with the iPhone 10s. Let me disconnect it from Wi-Fi here. Um, but it only gives me 12 gigabytes of hotspot. Well, once I hit 12 gigs, and it's like done. So I could probably do maybe like 3 or 4 live streams if they're like an hour long. Um, but yeah, this is Boost Mobile here. So averaging like 10 megabits on the down. And I think it'll probably be like a little bit higher on the uplink. That's weird about Boost Mobile and its connection with the T-Mobile network is that the uplink is much stronger. There we go, about like 12. Oh, there it goes. It's dropping down. 8, 7, 12, 11, 15. So, I mean, it's... At the old place I was staying at, where I used to do live streams in the backyard and just kind of be outside more, speeds there were fantastic. I mean, yeah, I was hitting some pretty good speeds in those areas. So I just never, never had a problem with live streaming over there using mobile hotspot and everything. Here, a UFO must have landed here, back in the 60s or something, and that there's still foreign alien radiation here because it's bad. Speeds are bad. They're not the greatest. Anyways, I've been posting quite frequently to Facebook. If you guys are on Facebook, link in the description. You guys can follow my Facebook profile. It's a profile, not a Facebook page or anything like that. It's just a regular profile. So I guess the only downside to having that Facebook profile is that there is a cap limitation of how many friends I can have. I forgot what the cap is. I know it's got to be above 1,000. You got to have more than 1,000. But anyways, so if you're on Facebook and you want to follow me on there, definitely can. Shout out to a couple of people who did follow me on that Facebook profile. So yeah, I post a lot of stuff on there, tech-wise. So it's not actually my personal Facebook account. That is pretty much like locked up and like put away. So, but like Gene's watching on the Facebook side right now. You can see on the comments, you see that little Facebook logo next to Gene. He's watching on Facebook. But anyways, so yeah, I posted a couple of pictures. I decided today that I wanted to really play around with the cameras with the OnePlus. And so yeah, I mean, this morning it was really cloudy, really overcast over my city, so I took some pictures and stuff like that. I really like the cameras from the OnePlus. I really do. I think it's to another level that I'm reaching or whatever, right? Because I'll be honest with everybody, I used to really feel like that I'm all about Google Pixels. It's always about Google Pixels and everything. And now maybe I've downloaded some new information to program into my software, but now I'm just more like, I like Google Pixels. Again, if someone was to hand me these 3 phones and say pick one, I'm gonna pick the Pixel 5 because I really like the Pixel experience. But it's not to say that I can't enjoy anything outside of Google Pixels, much less find it refreshing like I do using the OnePlus. And when I feel like using a big phone, the OnePlus is the phone that I grab. It's a big phone for me. I'm a short guy. I'm 5'4". I got small hands. I don't have like really large what is it? Metatarsals? Anyways, yeah. Phalanges. I don't have long phalanges. But when I want to use something that is, in my book considered a phablet, I use the OnePlus. I bring it out. Yeah, it doesn't have 5G connection on Visible. I'm not too concerned about that. It's still pretty fast. Today, 5G is just not really where it's gonna be in the future, where we can all appreciate 5G then. And so being on LTE is not a handicap for me. It doesn't hinder me at all. I don't feel like that I'm screwed, or I don't envy anyone that's got a fast 5G phone and is getting gigabit per second download speeds. You know what I mean? Like it's great to see that. It's like pretty awesome to see a speed test done and they're getting like 3 gigabits per second down. Like I'm not going to undercut that. But it's not something where I feel like that I want to throw my phone in the trash and say it's not worth it. You know what I mean? So the OnePlus Nord N10 5G Super Saiyajin Ultra Mega. I mean, phones today got some long ass names. Um, I just you know I kind of got the idea from Chris Perillo. He's like one of my favorite YouTubers to watch, and it's just funny what he calls his Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra Pro Plus Premium Max. He calls it that. So I just threw a little extra names to the OnePlus, and it's got a long name. I mean, you know, the shorten it companies, OEMs out there, when you come out with your phone, shorten the names. you know, if they just called it OnePlus N10 5G, that would have been so much easier, right? Just get rid of the Nord. And I was talking to my lady about this. I was like, the reason why they need to get rid of the word Nord in OnePlus Nord N10 5G and shorten the name is because the N10, the N in the N10 could stand for Nord. So it could be OnePlus Nord 10 5G. Whatever. I don't know. It's just weird how they label out names and stuff like that. It's just mind-boggling. And again, to get my Pixel fix is my Pixel 5, all busted up and scarred and everything. You guys see that? Yeah, y'all can see the cracks now. Woo. I should update the wallpaper. That's what I was gonna do. I found this really cool wallpaper of Eric Draven. I don't know if you guys know who Eric Draven is, but if you don't know, allow me to show you. But it's the character from the movie The Crow. This is about to be my wallpaper. Probably one of the most pretty awesome art that I found. It was funny. My kid looked at it and they thought that it was the new character for the movie Underworld. I was like, no, this is from the movie The Crow. Which still today, I'm still a fan of James Obar's stories. I always thought to it to just be like a really good story told. I mean, there are several ones. I know they kind of went downhill with the movie The Crow, Wicked Prayer, and I don't blame that on Eddie Furlong. I know he was casted to play the main character and to become the Crow. I don't blame it on him at all whatsoever. You know what I mean? It's just like it's like any other movie, where the first two seem to be a hit, right? I mean, The Crow was plagued with that. You have The Crow, you have The Crow City of Angels, The Crow Salvation, I believe, yeah, The Crow Salvation, and then Wicked Prayer. And then they never made another movie after that. They tried to reboot the movie with Jason Momoa trying to don the identity of Eric Draven and reboot the movie The Crow, but there's so much superstition in Hollywood that a lot of people quit. They felt like they shouldn't do it because the Crow was Brandon Lee's last movie, and he died on set. He died on set filming that movie. So people feel the movie is cursed. But anyways, not really talking about movies and stuff like that. So. But yeah, when I get my my Pixel fix that I need, Pixel 5 does it. Funny thing is, so I got a comment on the what was it? Total Wireless versus Visible speed test, right? And I kind of want to outline something here for people to understand, but that really wonderful 5G icon at the top right there, to me, is not an indicator to tell you that you have 5G. It's really not. Because that person decided to comment to my video and said that it was, that they weren't hating, so they weren't being a troll or anything like that, which I appreciate them for that. But they felt it was an unfair test because Total Wireless was in the Pixel 5, and on the top it showed the 5G icon. And Visible was in the Pixel 4a, and obviously that's not a 5G capable phone. So they were like, you have one phone on 5G, the other one that's on LTE. It's not really a fair comparison. However, when you do a speed test, right? So when you do a speed test and you look right there, it'll tell you what you're really on, right? LTE, AT&T Pixel 5. Even though the top icon says 5G, it does that. Even when you're running the the speed test, it tells you right there at the bottom. If it was 5G, that LTE would change to 5G. If it was real 5G, it would change to that. And so I had to point that out to the person because they were like, it was an unfair comparison. And I'm like, it's not an unfair comparison. Both of them are on LTE. Don't get stuck with that 5G icon on the top and then think you're on 5G or anything like that. It's just not going to be. I mean, I think I froze right there. Whatever. Cox Internet. But like 5G plus would be right there if it was on, you know, like the high band 5G or millimeter wave from AT&T. But yeah, right here where I'm at, where my apartment is, it's like on the edge of a known area that has 5G for AT&T. It like teeters between LTE or whatever. So, and I told them to look at the latitude longitude. Well, you don't really have to because it's a live video. Well, it's not live, but it's a video that shows both phones in the video doing the speed test side by side. So, with that being said, yeah, I just had to basically point out the fact that both phones were on LTE, so it really wasn't an unfair. And for Single Check Pro, both of them were connected to their main band they were connected to was band 66. That was their main one. Whether it was aggregated with like band 2 and other bands itself, its main connection was 66 and it was on LTE. It wasn't on NR. It was on basically LTE band 66. And even though that I'm not a gigantic fan of Apple, I do like using iOS. I do. And again, it goes back to this whole state of like refreshment, using something that's completely different. Because I'm a firm believer in something. Too much of something good can become something bad. So if like you generally only focus on like Pixel phones and stuff like that, you will burn yourself out with Google Pixels. That you will just lose anything that you even consider to be remarkably good, right? So if I need to stray away from Android entirely, iPhone, iOS, totally different canvas. I mean, smartphones are all going to do the same thing. Let's be real about it, right? When people are like, what makes iOS and Android so different? There's really not. Well, how can you say that? Because you use apps. And when you use apps, they do the same thing. They open and you scroll. Simple as that. So there is no method to the mad science behind it. They both do the same thing. Watch, I'll show you on Android. Here, we're gonna demo. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. What was absolutely different about them? Hey Yogi. Hey Boo Boo. What is so different about the picnic baskets? I mean, it's just like there's no difference really. So the only thing is the ecosystem that they play in, right? And of course, the idea of the user interface in general is the only real difference. Okay? So, I mean, yeah, I use iOS. It's refreshing when I want to get away from Android. There's nothing wrong with Android. And people are going to be like, you're admitting that Android is bad. Android's buggy. Like, no. Just want to use something that feels different. You can really feel a difference in iOS and in Android. And I'm not talking about performance. So get out of here with that comparison. I'm just talking about like how you use it. You open that. Things are in a different spot. I mean, there are a lot of similarities like gestures and stuff like that. Don't get around that. Gestures are nearly the same. Swipe up to get recent apps. I wish iOS would have had a clear all, but they don't. You gotta individually flick them away. That's not gonna kill me though. All right, I'm not saying that Android's better than iOS because of that. No, they do the same thing. Good to see you, Sneed. There's not a drastic difference between iOS and Android. There are slight differences that can be felt when you're using either one. And that's so like when I want to get away from Android, that's when I pick up the iPhone and just use the iPhone. I'll say this though. I do have people that tell me that the big advantage that iPhone has over any Android phone is that it's with Apple, and Apple is about privacy. I mean, when people open Pandora's box with me with that, I just gotta tell them: do you really think that everything is that much more secure on Apple than it is on Android? And if so, then why are Google apps on iOS? And do you really believe that Apple has their thumb on Google to protect privacy? Do you think that they really go through everything and watch everything that Google does? And remember, Google pretty much caters and holds iCloud. So there's things that Apple needs from Google. There's things that Google does need from Apple. What's up, Latrell? So with that being said, when we talk about privacy, there's privacy to a degree, but they're all watching. And I really could care less. I mean, as someone told me the other day, they were talking about, like how well protected are your photos? Like what if you have private pictures? Well, if I have private pictures, if I did, then someone at Google is gonna have a lasting memory burned into their head like screen burn. Because if I took a D pic, if I was that ridiculous to get on there and try to do that, and it backed up, and someone at Google was perusing through my catalog of photos and it's like, what's that? And opened it bigger. Well, he just got a lasting memory of Aloha Android burned in his head like screen burn on a smartphone. And then I would go to Google and I would know who saw my my tree and doodleberries, because if that person blushes when I walk through the door of Google, you saw the photo. I mean, I'm just all kidding around. I just don't I'm not worried about stuff like that. I know some people are, and I'm not going to downplay them for their wanting privacy or anything like that. But I don't, and that's just me. I'm Am I allowed to say that? Can I say I really could care less about privacy for me to that extent? I mean, there's things you want to know the best way that I keep my privacy. The actual best way that I keep my privacy, which I kind of screwed up on a couple of months ago by dropping my guard. However, my guard's back up. So here's my privacy, my foolproof, non-hackable. Yeah, I just don't post it online. And if I don't want someone knowing anything about my vacation trip, where I'm at, I just don't post it online. I don't share. I don't geotag anything. I don't do none of that stuff. Why? So no one knows where I'm at. If I don't want no one to know what my daughters look like, don't post any pictures. Hell yeah, dude. Bro, I got the Ascentec logo on the side of an 86 Corolla. Right there. And then I got this really cool dude at a car shop that skins cars, because that's a thing nowadays. And I got a really big blown up photo of you at your desk with your headphones on the hood, laid over my carbon fiber hood of my 86 Corolla hatch. That Hachiroku is going to kick major ass and drift. And when I do it, it's going to have a trail right there. Yeah, see? Bro, just for the hell of it, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to contact somebody near the Kenosha area and tell them that you are superly interested in a brand new Toyota Corolla, but you're too shy, and have them go to your house and then bring the car so you can test drive it. I wonder if they do that there. They do it here in Phoenix. You can do that here. They'll come out to your residence with the car, give you a test drive. Oh no, I was just talking about them. These are the three phones that I currently use as my daily driver right now. OnePlus on Visible, so the N10 5G, because it's unlocked, so it's not locked to Metro anymore. So it's on Visible. Boost Mobile on the iPhone 10s, and then my Pixel 5. Really, it's just more of just like a random live stream today. I mean, for a brief moment, I talked about the Crow movies and kind of gave a little thing on that. So It's just Monday. Hashtag Gerd Mondays. Because it's just Monday, the start of the week. I'm just killing time until my kids get off school. They get off like in another half hour. I'm putting lighter fluid on that Corolla. Oh, so that's like, so you're saying, quote, quote, that you're going to put spray so you can go faster with your Corolla. That's what you mean, right? Like you're going to put, that's what you mean by lighter fluid. You're going to get it to where you can hit it over 200 miles an hour on that thing. Code word, you're going to be squeezing juice, aka nitrous. Y'all saw that. Someone screenshot this and remind Latrell that he was going to put nitrous in his Corolla so he can go faster. So he can get to Culver's much faster. Can you imagine hitting that nitrous in the drive-thru? Oh man, sorry. I know I've been trolling Latrell. If you guys don't know why he's talking about that, I've been trolling him. So anytime that he posts something on like Twitter or whatever, just for the hell of it, just to brighten his day, I will hashtag, Toyota for the win or Toyota something, just to get him off track. Like when he was live the other day, I decided to do that. That thing could barely go 2 miles an hour. Actually, no. The Corolla hatch. I mean, okay. So yeah, it's a 4 AGE engine in it. So it's not that powerful of a motor, right? I mean, you can take the motor from an AE 101 and put it in there, but that's a totally different thing. But anyways, yeah, the 4 AGE is not that powerful of a motor for like straight flat ground or even uphill, but on the downhill, and this is why the 86 Corolla hatch is such a memorable car, because most cars like the FD3S, the FC3S, the MR2, any of those ones, right? If you were to go downhill and drift corners on the downhill or anything like that, right? Like you literally gotta like brake and accelerate, right, to kind of like maintain the power without overpowering where you would oversteer, and you definitely don't want to understeer on the turn. But the 86 Corolla became synonymous with drifting only because it's one of the cars that when you go drifting downhill, you could literally stomp the accelerator to keep the drift going and without losing it, right? And it's compact, so it's not a wide body, it's not a very long body, it's very compact, so it can really squeeze in tight hairpins. But even on top of that, it's light, it's not that heavy. So like the anime shows and the manga comics, Initial D, really kind of like spotlighted the 86 Corolla, that Takame Fujiwara is like passionate about the car after so long of using it and eventually getting into street racing on the mountain pass. It's not too far-fetched that an 86 Corolla could beat an R32 Skyline on a downhill. One, with any of the Nissan Skylines, they have an Ateza ETS system, which basically like governs the power that's given to each tire, right? So you really, really have to have like good footwork with acceleration and braking if you're gonna drift the Skyline, because the Ateza ETS system basically kills a drift. If it starts to feel one of the tires lose grip, it sends power to regain that grip. So you can grip turns pretty fast with a Skyline, but drifting is out of the question. When you got something like an 86 Corolla that can drift tight turns, light bodied, with enough power put in, and it's well balanced from the front to the rear, you could literally pass a Skyline on a downhill on the mountain pass with turns. On a straightaway, the Skyline's gonna blow you away. Obviously, the RB26 DETT motor is just freaking powerful as hell. But on those turns, if it's all turns and less straightaways, the Corolla has the advantage. Your trolling's been on another level. You don't even got a V6. I just got a V-6. I don't know. To me, I think rotary engines and inlines are like my favorite to tinker with. I mean, V's are okay, but Like that's one of the reasons why the Skyline motor is really popular. The RB26 is an inline 6-cylinder motor. It's not a V6. It's an inline. So yeah, you'll see that. Latrell says he'll rebel against the Corolla, but low key, he's got that Corolla parked in his property. We won't know because he's got smart technology in his house. He probably has something that can mask the car. Like on the videos, we see a pool table, but that could damn well be the hood of a Corolla that he's doing his phone reviews on. It's just he overlays, he digitally imposes a pool table to shoot his unboxings, but it's on his Corolla in the garage. You know what I'm saying, man. Anyways, how many of y'all have gotten your iPhone 13s? Show of hands. Raise your hands. Who's got their iPhone 13s? Because believe it or not, this guy didn't. I didn't go for the iPhone 13. I'm not going to. I don't have that kind of money to drop on an iPhone 13. How did I ever guess? That's funny. I didn't go for the iPhone 13. First of all, I don't have that kind of money to throw out like that. Secondly, if I did, and this I'm speaking for myself. I know for myself. If I did have that kind of money to burn on an iPhone 13, 13 Pro, or 13 Pro Max, I still wouldn't get it. And it's not to say that it's a bad phone. It's not. I'm like, from all the things that I'm hearing from my favorite tech reviewers who are, unboxing and doing their reviews of the iPhone 13, it sounds like it's a really good phone. From what I know about it, seems pretty decent. And the fact is, going to Best Buy and playing around with it, yeah. But there is something that I do want to kind of address. And I know it's not going to be popular. Someone's going to hate me for this, but well, please, people get off the nuts of promotion. I mean, it looks great. Don't get me wrong. If you haven't played around with the iPhone 13, 13 Pro, 13 Pro Max, 13 Mini, you have not. Go and check it out, and you'll be pleasantly, pleased with promotion. Promotion does work pretty good, but it doesn't work good on all levels. And Apple already said that there are certain things that they got to do to optimize that well. And that's one thing that, you really don't want. Like, people give, like, Google Pixels a lot of shit. They give other Android OEMs a lot of shit. Like, oh, my gosh, you put something out that's half-baked. What about Apple? If Apple makes a statement and says, oh, yeah, it's not really fully optimized yet, but we will later on down the road, that's half-baked. And I'm not talking about the movie with Thurgood. I'm talking about that phone's half-baked. You put it out there, and you tell your end users, yeah, we'll optimize it a little bit later on. I mean, you're Apple, for Christ's sake. You build the hardware and you build the software. You tell me that you couldn't get it optimized before release? Insert question mark right here. So that is like the thing that I look at Apple and I'm just like, oh man, that's not good. But here comes fellow iSheepers. Apple, here's your pass. You get a pass. It's okay that you pumped out something half-baked. If the Pixel 6 happens to be half-baked too, but we're gonna ride them a whole new one. Watch, if the Pixel 6 comes out and there's several things wrong with it that has to do with them not optimizing it and basically putting out a half-baked product, everyone's gonna rip Google another O. So now it won't be just Google. It'll be Google, because they're gonna rip them some new O's to go along with the two they already have. Watch. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I guarantee they're going to. They're going to do it. You know why? Because Apple always gets the pass. Like, the iPhone 13 looks great, okay? I do like the design, hardware-wise, okay? That's the reason why this case is on this iPhone XS. This case is a little bit more flat on the side, so it feels nice in the hand. If I take the XS out of this case, what I don't like about it is how it's rounded right here. I would prefer it squared off flat, Give me a coffin. Give me a freaking rectangle box. I could care less. Where do I insert the question mark again? Over here. iOS 15, I don't see a drastic change from iOS 14. Sure, feature-wise, there may be. You know what? I say it like this. There's no wrong way to call it. You can call it an iPhone XS. You can call it the iPhone XS. I just know that when we got at Asurion, when I was working for Asurion for a little while, we got the little stuff that we get from Apple that talks about the iPhone XS when it was launching. Because trust me, it was a fun day at work when Apple had their event. We watched the Apple event instead of working. So we got to see the unveiling of the iPhone XS. But anyways, when we got the little packet that tells us everything we need to know about the phone, Apple called it the XS and said the X was the Roman numeral X, 10. So XS. The iPhone 10, the iPhone XS. But everyone calls it the XS. Doesn't matter. So you call it what you want. You can call it the iPhone POS for all I care. It doesn't make you wrong. iPhone XS match. Yes. There's a bug that's bugging me that got in the house somehow. It's like flying. I don't know if you guys see. It's like flying all around here. I'm like watching it with my eye. As if it comes towards my face, I'm gonna kill it. But anyways, the iPhone 13 to me is a great device, but it's not something that I would say is worth a lot of my money. Would I buy one? Someone's like, yeah, right, Tito, bullshit, you'll buy one. Yeah, of course I'll buy one. If someone says, hey, I didn't like the iPhone 13 and, I'm feeling generous today, so I have my iPhone 13 Pro and I'll sell it to you for $500. Yeah, of course I'm gonna buy it. $500. That's way less than what they're costing. If it's $400, yeah, take my money. But not at the full price of what it's costing right now. And I'm not in a rush to get that because I know that Apple keeps their devices up to date. So even though I have a old iPhone XS, it's got iOS 15 on it, and it does pretty much what the iPhone 13 can do to the degree. The only thing that the iPhone XS can't do, that the iPhone 13 can do, has to do with camera, which is where the battle is for smartphones today. It's about camera. You watch, even Chris Pirillo is comparing camera and video and things like that. It's gone to that point now where a smartphone's not really based on the performance of it, and it's not really based on the optimization of the software on it. It's based on click photos. I'm wondering if Cox Internet is gonna shut off soon. I can see like I don't know, for those who use Restream, you can see like how your signal strength is, and you can see when it's like full, when it drops. It looks like the cell phone bars on the top. It's got 4 bars right now. It's full green and it's full bars. Just a while ago, it dropped to like 2 bars, and I look at it and I'm like, that reminds me of old cell phone service back in the day with flip phones and stuff like that. You look at it and you're like, I only got 2 bars. So, to me, the iPhone 13 is, it's going to be compared by cameras mostly. And I love how they emphasize what you can do with the 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max as far as cinematography, or basically videography. The types of videos you can take. But, I mean, everyone boasts about selling points, right? Like, I know someone with an iPhone 13 Pro is going to be like, yo, I can take like movie style videos and stuff like that. And then you're like, what are you going to shoot that's worth looking like it was filmed by like, a very powerful camera from Hollywood? You're going to film you unwrapping that, Carl's Jr.'s double superstar burger? I mean, the reality, base things on the reality of the things that you use out of it, right? Was why when people hit me up with the same question, should I upgrade? Then, to be all honest with everybody, that depends on what you really need out of a phone. But don't go and throw money just because it's the newer phone, right? Like I could sell all my phones right now and put the money away, tuck it away for the Pixel 6 and buy it day of launch, right? Pre-order and everything like that. But you guys already know me. I'm not going to do that. It may be a month or two. It may be 3 or 4 months from when it launches when I actually buy the Pixel 6. I'm not in a desperate need to have the Pixel 6. I want to get it. So first of all, I can give you guys my impressions of it, of actually using the thing. But it's not something that I absolutely need right now. And that's probably why my YouTube channel has gone to shit. Because I'm not focused on going after and getting every little thing and unboxing it. But I'm okay with it. I'm okay with just sitting here, just gabbing and flapping gums and everything like that and talking for a while. I don't mind. I hope you guys don't mind. If you guys don't mind, I don't mind. Then we're on the same track. We're on the same page. But even then, I find, hey, Coffee, what's up? I find solace in something mid-range budget like the OnePlus Nord N10 5G Ultra Super Mega Super Saiyajin smartphone. Got that from Chris Perillo. It's not powerful. Doesn't have a Snapdragon 800 series chip. I'm fine with it. You know, it may not pre-think what I'm going to do, because I think that's the expectations that people have of their smartphones nowadays. They want the phone to pre-think what they're going to do. Like, it should open up Facebook when my finger is right here, and not so much me having to touch the icon to open Facebook. It should just do it because my finger's right here. I think that's the expectation that people have of smartphones, of how fast they want their phone to process commands. Know it before I do it. If that's the case, then smartphones should come with a chip. Get your smartphone, unplug your chip, drill a hole in your head, and stuff that chip in there so there's a neural connection between you and your phone. So if you're thinking Facebook, it should open Facebook. Let's go that route with mobile technology. Let's get to that point then. Because the OnePlus Nord N10 5G Super Mega Ultra Super Saiyan device here, it's a mid-ranger. I get it. It is. I've always advocated for mid-range phones over flagships. It's going to take pictures. And pictures are subjective. I get tired of this when people talk about the cameras. Pictures are subjective. There's photos that I take that I'm going to be like, whoa, that is cool. That looks good. Wow, I like the detail on that thing. Look how it captured the clouds. And then one of y'all will come on and be like, yeah, that photo is mediocre, but I like the photo from the S21. I mean, the S21 is going to look better than that. Photos are subjective. We have a preference of how we want our photos to look. We snap a photo of a tree, and I would prefer it to be as lifelike as possible, but somebody else would want it to be overly blown background with super saturated leaves and say that's phenomenal. We have perceptions of what we look at with photos. So you can't compare on photo. The only way you're going to compare on photos if you take something like my Nexus 5X and you snap a photo of something and you snap a photo of, off the OnePlus N10 and you compare them, and then yeah, you'll probably see a gigantic difference in them and how the image is processed. But even then, my Nexus 5X can kick ass in the photo department. I've taken photos and popped that on Instagram and got likes on it, and legitimate likes. And I didn't even tell anybody what phone took that photo. And people were like, yo, that's a dope photo. Wow, that's a good photo of your daughter. Wow, that's a pretty good. Wow, you're making me hungry with the food pic you took. And it's like, yeah. And everyone knows that I like Pixels, so they probably assume I took it before one of my Pixels, and then should I go and tell you guys it was the Nexus 5X? Should I? There's photos that I take with the LG G Pad 5 10.1 Super Saiyan Ultra Mega tablet here. These long ass names. I think they should start doing that. Condensed names. They need to start doing that. Forget these long names. I thought David, IMEI's last name. Before was David IMEI, as in phone identification number. Oh, David Ime. Yo, Baby Yoda, Blaze, G Boy, thank y'all for coming in too, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, so photos are subjective. So using something like the OnePlus Nord N10 5G, Super Saiyan, Ultra Mega, Pro Plus Max, like, I don't feel hindrance using this at all. Someone wants to be like, yo, do you really find this to be smooth? Smooth? Maybe not 100%. Maybe sometimes a little glitch here and there. Like, I find this funky glitch with the camera itself. Not when you're taking the photo, but when you have the camera app open and you're looking at the viewfinder before you snap your photo, if you even move it, you feel this weird jittery thing happen in the viewfinder at the image that you're about to take a picture of. I don't know why. But, so maybe not 100%. But like I said, I don't need my phone to know I'm going to open Facebook with my fingers right here. I don't need that type of processing power. You know, I'm not handicapped. Well, okay, I'm handicapped by natural immaturity, but physically, no. I can touch the Facebook icon and open it. No problem at all whatsoever. Porky, what's up? What's going on? My Pixel 5a is smooth. Pixel 5a is dope. I'm literally going to be calling that phone like the mid-ranger of the year. And I know some people are going to take issue with that and be like, dude, stop doing that. There's the Galaxy S21 Fan Edition or whatever. You know, like, I don't care. I can call whatever I want as phone of the year for me. That's for me. That's for me. You guys can call whatever phone that you guys call it as the best phone of the year for you. And just because I called something else to be the best phone of the year for me doesn't mean that you're wrong if you say another phone is the best phone of the year for you. I think that mentality of you got to do what I got to do. Maybe I'll start a crusade and tear that ideology down. Maybe that's what my purpose is here on YouTube now, is to cut out all the bullshit that's been put into mobile tech where people feel like that you have to live on the same level as YouTubers. They got 2 or 3 phones. I must get me 2 or 3 phones. No, you must get you one phone that you really like to use. And the rest of that money that you have, don't buy additional lines on your plan, but put that towards something else. Put that towards a vacation. Put that towards a night out at a really wonderful restaurant with the missus. You know what I mean? Don't put it towards a phone. I really want to knock this whole idea that the standard for today is 2 phones. You need 2 phones in your pocket. No, you need one. One only. Pick one, use it, and enjoy it. That's the idea. Grabbing drinks left and right here. That's the idea of it. You see, lots of people have different types of phones, right? Like right now, I have 1, I have 2, I have 3. 3. Los Mobile in here, Boost Mobile in here, Visible in here. And eventually, I may work something out with Carlos to get a Los Mobile line on the T-Mobile side and a Los Mobile line on the Verizon side, and use them in my phones and speed test all here in Phoenix and send him speed test videos, upload speed test videos here so people can see what they would be like here. I may do that, but see, there's a purpose behind that, having those 3 phones. Somebody else who's not a tech reviewer, not a tech vlogger, not a tech podcaster, just an everyday person who enjoys tech videos, comes on. You don't need to get yourself 3 or 4 phones just so you can feel like all these other people on tech YouTube like myself. One phone is good enough for you. Don't get you a crazy cell phone bill and be like, yo, I just got to T-Mobile and I got myself like 4 lines on there so I can have a Galaxy, a Pixel, an iPhone, and a OnePlus. No, don't do that. That's overkill. You are literally, And if you wonder why you're like, man, I could have got me a new laptop that I needed, but it's gonna take some time to save money. It's because you're investing in something that you really don't need to really invest in. If you're not gonna be a tech podcaster, a tech reviewer, or anything like that of the sorts, then don't do it. You know what I mean? Just don't do it. I don't know, but that's all I gotta say for right now. I gotta get ready because my kids are on their way home from school. And I gotta go pick them up. So, if you guys enjoyed today's live stream, I know it really wasn't much, and there really wasn't much explanation in the title. Monday Pod, OnePlus Nord N10, Pixel 5, and iPhone 10s. Yeah, there wasn't much in there. I don't know, but it's Monday. Hashtag Gur Mondays because it's Monday. We got 4 more days until the weekend again. But yeah, and this might be the last day that I use Cox Internet for live streaming because I'm leaving them. They're going to disconnect my service here soon. I don't know when. They should have disconnected it last night, but it's still running. But yeah, I'm going to CenturyStinks, aka CenturyLink, but at least I'm paying less money with CenturyLink than I am with Cox Internet. $170 a month for 150 by 10, where it kind of crashes every now and then. You know, that's not worth it. $50 for 80 by 20 on CenturyLink, that's $50. I'm saving $120. So, go figure. But the only sad thing about it is that CenturyLink's like, the soonest we can get somebody out there to install it in your place is on October 12th. So I'm like, really? Almost 2 weeks. Well, about 2 weeks. So 2 weeks, depending on the Century giving. No, they will not build out fiber in this apartment complex. And I'm not gonna pay a grip of money to get fiber out. But I'll be paying $120 less than the shit I'm getting from Cox. I'll tell you that much, and that's what makes me excited. I like money. I like saving money. I save when I can. So if I can get a deal like that, 80 by 20 on CenturyLink for $50 a month versus 150 by 10 on Cox for $170 a month, it's pretty clear where I'm going. I am going for CenturyLink. Plus, the CenturyLink's really not that bad here. They used to be in the past, but they have gotten better over the last couple of years. My sister-in-law has CenturyLink. She's got the very low plan with them, you know, because it's just her in her own place. And it's decent. I live streamed off of it, and I didn't think I could. They can sign a 2-year contract. They will do it for free, but give you 500 by 500 for 65. They didn't offer that to me, and I mean, I could talk to them about it, but what they laid out, what I can get in my area, they told me that's what they can give in my area, which is really weird how they do it. It's just like Cox Internet. The main reason why I'm leaving Cox is because I don't want to pay $170 for what I'm getting, right? And Cox has prepaid internet, so I contacted them about getting it. Here's the shit that they told me. You live in an area where it's not, where we don't offer it. 8 blocks away from where I live, if you live in that neighborhood, you can get Cox prepaid internet. It's $50 a month. You pay ahead, flat rate, $50 a month for internet service on Cox. So you're telling me 8 blocks away from there, I can't get on prepaid? Where I pay you first and then you give me the internet? Like, really? You're on $50 Frontier Fiber, 500 by 500. Yeah, here in this city, it's all zoned out. I happen to be in a zone where Cox and CenturyLink do share, but there are areas in my city where CenturyLink is all you can get. You can't get on Cox. There's areas where there's only Cox. You can't get on CenturyLink. There's areas where you can get on Google. Was it Google Fiber or whatever they call it? I mean, they haven't really built out here, but you could get on it. But that's the only downside to it. That's the thing. That's the only downside to it. So I'm just like, I'll go to CenturyLink. I was gonna go with I was gonna try T-Mobile Home Internet, but they told me T-Mobile Home Internet is not available where my residence is. My sister-in-law doesn't live too far away from me. She really doesn't. But at her address, you can get it there. But I'm not gonna deal with all that stuff of having it shipped over there and getting that and coming here and having it set up here. So yeah, I just went with CenturyLink for now because I don't even plan to stay here. I got November, December. I got 3 months left in this apartment. Me and the missus have already begun house hunting. We're already looking for a house. So yeah, I'm not even gonna stay in these apartments very long. I'm looking for a house that I'm gonna buy. And when I get to that house, then I'll worry about getting like the best connection possible. Because it'll be my house. So obviously, you know, let's see how that is then. Yo, what's up, Ray? What's going on, man? Oh man, sorry that you guys are here now. I gotta go because my kids are coming. They're coming home from school. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Same time. I'll probably go live a little bit earlier. I should have went live like at 1:30 in the afternoon here, but I started the live stream like at 2:10 or something like that. Almost an hour ago. I would, but my son goes to Coding Academy, and that's the reason why I'm buying the house here. I'm not taking him out of that school because that is part of the future that he wants. And the scholarship that he's working for right now will put him in a really good spot when he graduates high school. Probably doesn't even need to go to college because he's already earning college credit at his school. That is the only reason why I haven't even left to Oklahoma yet either. And as much as I want to move out of the city because I don't like it, I stay because I'm letting my son finish high school where he's at. He's got 2 more years first, and then he's going to go. And then from then, I don't know. I might even just move all the way to freaking Florida. I don't know. But at least I'm not that far away from you. If I wanted to go visit, Carlos, it's like, for me, don't laugh, Carlos, because, you know, you got the Speed Demon race cars. I don't. I got a family car. So for me, it's 5.5 hour drive. It's not like you who can get here in 3 hours. It's me, 5 hours. It'll take me to drive to Vegas. But at least I could drive to Vegas and go visit you and Ray. Or if you guys ever come down to my neck of the woods, you guys can come see me. That's why Carlos has seen me on several occasions, because we're really not that far away. But yeah, I would love to live in Vegas. I would love to buy a house out there, but my son's got to finish school here. That's the reason that's what keeps me locked to Phoenix, is for my son to finish in Coding Academy, so he graduates with you know, some of his college credits that he needs as he's going into. He's into gaming. He wants to build games and stuff like that. But this will put him on a good path, get him to where he wants to be in his future, so he's doing good. And I don't got to worry about him. And then I can die in peace. That's all I want. I just want my kids to be successful. My daughters and them, that wherever school they want to go to afterwards, we'll figure that when we cross that bridge. They're still young. So who knows? Anyways, okay, guys, I got to go. So head over to Carlos's channel if you guys are interested in the iPhone 13 and watch his unboxing of all the iPhone 13s that there is available possible. He has them all. And then the case, I like the cases, by the way. The cases are really nice looking, you know, so they kind of one up Google on that, because Google does have the fabric case and it is really nice, but it's not very protective, right? But you look at Apple's cases and they're nice. They've got the leather one and everything, but it's got a nice lip to it that protects the screen. It's like Google, you couldn't do that with the fabric case. Nothing is going to be 100% perfect on either side of the spectrum. I know that, and whether people want to admit it or not, that's just the way it is. So thank y'all for checking out today's live stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another one, and I'll go live a little bit earlier, maybe about like 1:45 p.m. my time, right? Arizona Mountain Time. So yeah, until then, y'all take it easy, be cool.